for any given task, depending on the particular aspect of a competence that we are trying to complement with the help of AI, then we can start thinking about different types of interactions that would lead to this complementarity. And in my work, we have been conceptualizing and trying to categorize these different interactions in 5 levels. So you can think about teacher-AI teaming as a more transactional interaction. So teacher asks AI to do something, and AI completes these tasks for the teacher. You can think about this more of a situational teaming, in which AI collects particular information from the situation. That might be sensor data from the real world, that might be digital logs of interactions, and then processes this situational data as an opportunity, as a visualization, to present it back to the teachers, and teachers can interact with these visualizations, but can still have the power of making final decisions. That's the situational teaming example. Or you can actually give the opportunity to the teacher to provide particular parameters, hyperparameters of the AI model's decision-making process, so that they can help AI to make particular suggestions that are much more aligned with their specific goals to operationalize the teacher's goals with the help of AI. That would be operational teaming. Or you can try to create these kind of cyclic interactions between the teacher and AI, in which teachers' edits on the AI suggestions can be logged and fed back to AI, so AI would constantly optimize in their suggestions to the AI, to the teacher, as part of this praxical interaction. It's praxical because the goal of the model would be able to operationalize the theoretical and experiential knowledge of the teacher to constantly optimize towards better suggestions and recommendations. Or it can be synergistic in the sense that teachers who are working with this AI would achieve results, the performances that would be better than the maximum of the teacher or AI agent. Here is one example of a transactional teaming in the AI in education literature for teacher-facing AI examples. So in this particular case, the teacher provides content to the AI model, and the AI model converts this particular content into appropriate content for visually impaired students, speech impaired students, or hearing impaired students. So the interaction is very transactional. It is still AI, teacher uses this AI, the content is given by AI, but the teacher asks AI to do something and it delivers. Here is an example of a situational teaming, which is from a colleague in Colorado, Sidney DeMello, and his lab has been working in this area of the use of NLP in teacher support for long years. And this is one example in which the teacher receives information from the small groups interactions through the audio analysis of the students' discussions, and various visualizations are created as information, situational information, to be fed back to the teacher, and still the teacher makes a decision whether this particular interaction was good or what kind of interventions would be more appropriate to provide in this given situation. As an example of an operational teaming, I put here one example from the Carnegie Mellon University, in which colleagues were looking at the logs of interaction in an intelligent tutoring system that diagnoses the current level of mastery for each student. And then depending on the knowledge gaps and the knowledge strengths of students, the system would suggest certain pairing options. Like it might be saying that, oh, Mutlu knows the fractions very well, and John does not really know the fractions very well, so I should pair the John with Mutlu. While they are working together, they can teach to each other. Here is an example of a praxical teaming. In this particular case, it is in the context of programming teaching Python. And every single time a student makes a particular mistake in their script, the model diagnoses what kind of problem the student was having, and then drafts a potential feedback given the particular problem of a student. But instead of sending this feedback directly to the students, the system actually provides this feedback back to the teacher, saying that, look, given the particular issue the student is having, this is the draft feedback. What do you want to do next? Do you want to send it straight to the student, or do you want to make particular edits? And the teachers can make certain edits on this feedback. And most importantly, the system actually logs what kind of edits the teacher makes on the feedback in order to be able to understand what would be the better feedback draft next time, given the edits the teacher is making on this particular draft. Now, you might be wondering, okay, these are great examples of all the 4 stages. Where is the example of a synergistic level? And we have recently run, as part of a large-scale EU-funded project, a systematic literature review trying to see if there are indeed examples in which the evidence of teachers working with a teacher-facing dashboard achieve better results in terms of learning gains and or teacher development, better than the maximum of AI alone condition or teacher alone condition, and we found no particular example of this in the existing literature. Just to humble us down a little bit as researchers in AI in education, I wanted to bring this meta-review recently published in Nature Human Behavior as an example of how difficult it is to achieve synergistic teaming in general in all fields. So in this particular example, colleagues from the Tom Malone's team did a meta-analysis of the human AI teaming in various contexts, including medicine, including finance. And what they show is that although on average human AI teaming results can lead to significantly better than human alone condition, on average they perform significantly worse than the best of human or best of AI alone. So this synergy is very difficult to achieve in very different fields as well, and it's a very task-dependent thing. So if the task is a very simple task of, let's say, content generation or particular image creation or specific diagnostics in the medical context, then achieving synergy can be easier than much more complex decision-making processes that are involved in pedagogical support, which is the case often in educational contexts. To me, there are various reasons why achieving synergy is very difficult, but at the very least, one of the main reasons why it is very difficult to achieve synergy is this idea of the lack of theory of mind in these models, but also in humans having a lack of theory of AI in the sense that we have very limited understanding how exactly these models are making these decisions. I'm hoping with the help of all of you, we will be moving towards and achieving AI technologies that can help us achieve more synergistic interactions in educational contexts.